Hello, Sparkles of Light. It is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is a timeless reading and your weekly message, love message from your person, but it's also Friday the 13th. So if you're watching in real time, it's got a special Friday the 13th twist, but if you're watching at any other time, just take it as a timeless message. All right, we have 3 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1 is this, oh, what is this called? A black Kyanite Obelisk. Oh my goodness, okay. It's got some black and white colors in it. It's kind of a wand, but I think it's called an obelisk, and it was from the Goddess Provisions box. And here we have the clear quartz crescent moon. And not only is it Friday the 13th, but coming up is a full moon in Scorpio with a lunar eclipse. So some big happenings beginning now to Monday. Then we have our moon phase Selenite one. So this is the moon phase's Selenite one. And I thought I was gonna see moon phases. Anyway, this was also from the Goddess Provisions box. All right. So I'm going to use a mix of different decks. We're having a little bit of a more sexy twist tonight. And every week I'll pull some different kinds of messages. Last week I did bukus of messages, but I left the sexy stuff out. So now I've got more specific messages and more focused on the sexy ones, okay? All right, so let's take a deep breath in. Close your eyes, release your breath. Open your eyes and let them drift to the pile that's meant for you. Let's begin. We've got a little bit of a black cat theme going, so choose your pile. All right, and here is the Kyanite Obelisk. I think that's how that works. And let's see, the cards that you chose were these 2 on top, but we have a whole bunch of other, a lot of black and white and black and red and black and orange. So your first card is Justice. Ooh, okay, interesting. So here's a little black kitty, and it's got a key that's opening this box. Could be Pandora's box because it says Pandora. There could be somebody named Pandora out there. Isn't there a Pandora clothing or some kind of Pandora label? But justice is all about fairness. It's about equality. It's very Libra oriented. So all the things that represent Libra, like marriage, partnerships, and the law, and anything that has to do with law, as in documents, paperwork, legal matters of any kind, wins, attorneys, civil suits. I'm hearing something and I can't say it. It is okay, I'm hearing it now finally. Alimony, child support, and also no, I lost the other one. Restraining orders. Okay, so all of those things are under this Justice card. So depending on what else comes out will be your message. But because this also is a love message reading, I feel like it has a good purpose. You know, it's to clear up anything that was wrong and bring a right, bring something into order, bring something in to what it's supposed to be. Wrongs righted, justice. Okay? Let's see, we have, now this is from the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle, and you have differences with the two different kitty cats. The differences card is asking you to accept that you're not always going to agree with everyone, that other people have differences of opinion and different viewpoints, and they may not always agree with you. But if you can see each other's point of view, then it opens up your world a lot. As your goddess, I have seen many things since the beginning of time. Know that the intricate differences between all beings are sacred and good. You must learn to accept that others are not the same as you. It's important to allow others to express their own opinions. Consider the difference between an orange and an apple. Both are fruits, but they are different kinds. Is one more valuable than the other? I think not. All creatures, all beings have a right to their uniqueness. Try to see and hear the other person's side if you can. Okay. This could be in lieu of this or because of this. And I feel I'm getting kind of like Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, trial stuff. It might be an interesting... I'm not promoting watching this kind of stuff, but it is interesting to watch these kinds of things played out, and the different points of view that's coming up, and how it seems that truth always rises to the surface, right? So it's an interesting social experiment to watch those kinds of things. All right, let's see now what your Erotic Enchantment card is. Now we're going to get a sexy message, I guess. Forever. And you have yin yang, attraction. So another thing about differences is that it attracts people. So the masculine and the feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine can be, because of their differences, or in part because of their differences, can be quite drawn very closely together. Opposites attract. So there could be something like that going on here. So whereas at first you may not see eye to eye on things, somehow, some reason, you have an incredible attraction to each other. But then I think this attraction is on purpose in order to see each other's point of view, to see more than what you've already been, what your perspective already is, to open and broaden your horizons. And this person will make you feel things that you've never felt before, and think things, and open your world to a lot of different experiences. And that's what this particular attraction is doing for you. All right, let's see what your flowers of the night. We got a lot of night stuff going on. So the flower of the night card, you have passion. Woo! I guess I don't know what passion is about, but passion, of course, is, I feel a very strong connection here with somebody, and it makes me think Bridgerton. Both stories, the couple start off that way, where they have sort of a difference of opinions, or they have a bit of miscommunication. They're not exactly in line with each other in their thoughts, and so because of that, they have predisposed inclinations about each other. So there's a lot going on there, and that could be one of the clues that the universe is trying to open to you. But as far as the passion is concerned, there is a new possibility for romance, even a new relationship or new phase into your relationship, especially coming out of this full moon in Scorpio. Oh my gosh, full moon in Scorpio is one of the sexiest moons out there. And then with this very passionate, with this lunar eclipse, it's like going into the void and then coming out. It's like going into a black hole. Like they discovered a black hole not too far from here. Hey, yeah, it's just down the street. So I feel like an interesting experience is about to happen for you. The red flare water lily also connects with passion in other forms, including pursuits, causes, work, projects, which set and spark your soul. You may find a new passion or new perspective in an existing passion. which changes your position. And this could mean a hobby turning into a career, or a cause, a project you're a part of, a cause or a project, and benefiting you in some favorable way. So don't hold back or be quiet. Speak up. Do what you feel is right. Trust that, you know, that things, I mean, so the point is, sometimes not everybody's gonna believe you, listen to you, follow you, but that's not the important part of it. You know, standing up for yourself is not about expecting people to listen to you. Standing up for yourself is for you, you know, it's for having to get that out there. So not everybody's going to be like you when it comes to passion, but that doesn't mean you have to dim to fit in. I got that message today from Kino. No dimming to fit in, you know, let your light shine. And then I heard the song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So, you know, passion, opportunity, romance, relationships, desires, and trust. Go for it. Okay, and so let's see now. Let's get some messages. So how are they feeling? How is your person feeling? We have content, feeling so content with you. I'm ready to introduce you to people important to me. So after settling down these feelings, then it's going to be a nice shift into this desire to be with you, grow old together. Can I have this dance for the rest of my life? They feel confident, feeling good in my skin and good about us as a couple. And feeling like petals on the wind, time to move on. So I feel like that represents something that they have to clear up before things can progress. And I feel like they're going to clear this up, and then they're going to have this bold action. You're going to have bold action, but you're not going to let this attraction, this passion you have towards each other, stop. You know, you're not going to let other people's influence or opinions on the matter get in the way. You're going to meet your desires, what you want, your needs. All right, let's see what your lover's intimate notes are. We have, I wish you were lying next to me. And yeah, I wish you were lying next to me, my love. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have, I want you to see the stars when we make love. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn again. And you are just too good with your hands. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn again. Okay. Earth signs coming through. Let's get some unspoken messages. I love your magnetic, seductive qualities. Trust your heart and believe in Spirit's plan for us. And I wanted to believe this was false love, but I heard the angels whisper, they are the one. There you go. All right, let's get some charms. All right, here we go. Oh, look, we got the letter D. You have the number 5. You have snowflake. No two snowflakes are alike. They're 1 in a million. And so this is a 1 in a million kind of person. It's time to scramble it up, mix it up. You know, get everything mixed together. We have wish and sure. I feel kind of hearing about extremes. Like the best way to deal with extremes is mix it together. Mix the extremes. And, you know, I mean, you might like, you know, like Oreo cookies, the black and the white cream in the middle. That looks nice and it tastes good, right? But you know what? An Oreo that's all smushed up and everything and used in some kind of recipe, that tastes good too. All right. So we have, and there, you know, you can eat an Oreo whatever way you want to, really. You don't have to eat it you don't have to pull them apart. You can eat it at one bite. you can match it up like I said. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail on that, but I feel like with the hanger here, it's time to maybe get some different clothes. Like you have the green marble, which represents Earth. All the marbles I designate for different planets. And you have Texas here, Theater Under the Stars. We were just at Miller Outdoor Theater, and that's one place, but Theater Under the Stars is also a touring group that my dad belonged to, and they traveled all over the United States. But you can use the letters to mean anything you want. You know, those could be some specific letters for you, and Texas could have something to do with something in your life. We have 20. We have ever. We have the little fairy angel giving you some blessings. You have forever. You have the candy cane of sweetness. You have the little iron for iron things out. We have the rock solid heart. You have some creativity here. Ooh, a lot of creativity. Also have the number 26 because you have ballet shoes and so somebody's either both a good dancer and a good artist, or a little bit of both, or one person in the relationship is the artist and one's the dancer, whatever. Like, or maybe you're both good at both things, you know. Oh, look at that! You get that sweet little heart mixed together. You have the little fairy talking to the moon. I feel that that represents. Let's see if we can get in a little bit closer so you can take a nice look at the charms. But that represents sometimes dreams and messages. Part of your spirit dream, part of your spirit team, your dream team, could be fairies. So don't ignore the fairies, because the fairies are trying to bring you messages too. And then the dinosaur to me represents longevity, and that's the long neck, so longevity, but also kind of like maybe knowing a person for a really long time, or knowing this soul, recognizing this soul. Maybe you've known each other in past lives, so this is a long-term feeling. It also could represent age differences, like one person who's significantly older than the other. Then we have children here, so I feel like you could be connected to children. You might have children, they might have children, or children is an important part of your life. Okay, all right, you guys, well, I hope you like that, and you're welcome to watch the other piles, but I'm going to move on now to the next pile. If you like this, I would say put thumbs up. That little thumb up button down there, the thumbs up button, it's like a party. So I mean, if you like those kind of fun slot machine games that have like little bursts of, it doesn't have any sounds, but it's like a party. Just trust me. If you hit the thumbs up, you're going to have a little party, a mini party. All right, I'm moving on to the next. Don't forget to subscribe too. All right, and you have the Crescent Moon Quartz, clear quartz. There you go. Now everybody is getting this card and an oracle, but pile 1 and pile 2 have an oracle from the wisdom of the House of Night, and you have the special one, which is the Halloween oracle, because I wanted everyone to have a black cat, okay, for Friday the 13th. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have the High Priestess. High Priestess is all about intuition. It's about the crown chakra. It's about getting and receiving downloads from spirit, trusting that the messages that you're receiving are the right messages for you. And the way you know if it's a good message is the way it makes you feel. And this kitty is feeling really good right now, like content, like the way scratching his face on the broom like soothes his itchiness. And that kind of energy is, it's like, yeah, you know. So when you're getting messages, that's how it should feel. Just sort of like, oh, yeah, you know, like epiphanies, aha moments, excitement, feel goods. When you're like, oh, dang, you know, I know the disappointed feelings could be a warning for things. And we do have an inner mechanism on purpose for our survival to be fearful and to have caution. But I feel too much of the time, these are programmed messages from outside energy that's coming through, and it's not necessarily spiritual energy coming through. So definitely realize the difference. And as a high priestess, I think you already know. I think you know what the difference is. It might be your job to help other people understand the difference. Also, the high priestess is connected to the moon. And so you can see a full moon here. We're having a full moon in Scorpio that's going to be very powerful for you and help you manifest. We also have the high priestesses too, but it looks like an 11. So you could be half of a twin flame as well. And that also reminds me that the twin flame connection is very sacred, and so it's important to keep those kinds of sacred things that you know, your sacred knowledge, close to your chest, and not always share everything. You know, some things are meant to be secret, some things are meant to be quiet and kept quiet. But at the same time, today I've been getting a lot of this message: be brave, be bold, and speak out. So just be very discerning when you feel like it's right to do it and when it's not right, and who you share information with and who you don't, okay? So just let Spirit be your guide in that respect, but I think you're going to be fine. And if you have any doubts at all, just ask Spirit again, you know, give me a sign if I should blah, blah, blah. And also, you know, send out a little prayer or a little meditation, thinking before acting, I think is going to be important. Just because you're taking a risk doesn't necessarily mean you have to be impulsive, right? You can put thought behind the chance that you take, the risks that you take, the moves that you make. Anyway, but yeah, I think you're going to be fine. I think you're going to come out on top. At the other side of this full moon Scorpio lunar eclipse, just fine. All right, so let's see what your Halloween oracle is. I don't know why I'm not zooming in. Maybe I need to clean my lens a little bit. All right, and you've got the black cat. Look at those eyes. My kitty looks like that. Kiki kind of looks like that with her big eyes, but her smile's not quite that big. Anyway, black cat represents fortune meets opportunity. So feel like an exciting divine timing, opportunistic opportunities arising here. So the black cat is sleek and black, lantern-eyed, crosses your path with a hiss. Good luck and fortune sweep by with a kiss. In traditional folklore, cats were said to have one foot in this world and one in the next. They were conduit between the underworld and this world, and fortune and opportunity, the underworld, the conduit between the underworld and this world. And in the times of the Inquisition, the Middle Ages, cats were hunted because they were said to be allies of evil entities such as devils and witches. Black cats, black being associated with the darker aspects of the supernatural, were especially singled out. Historians believe this unprecedented killing of cats in the name of eradicating evil led to an unchecked increase in the rat population, which was responsible for the alarmingly rapid spread of the bubonic plague and death of millions of people. And that's what you get. And I think all of those black cats just returned into my neighborhood that were eradicated. They're like, oh, we love you, Cherry, feed us. They all came in today, which is kind of interesting. I hadn't seen the mommies in a while. They just had some babies and they came across the street and they kind of started hanging out again, which they used to do a lot in the past. These days, in Germany, for example, a black cat passing one's path indicates impending misfortune. Yet, in ancient Britain, they were considered good luck and were given to brides on their wedding day. I want a black cat for my wedding. No, I already have one. Anyway, in Japan, to this day, they are considered very good luck and bringers of fortune. So should the slinky black cat cross your path through this oracle, know that your good luck and fortune will be meeting you promptly. Also know that your luck will be even luckier if you are prepared to take advantage of every special opportunity that comes your way. All right. So let's see what other things are coming your way. So next for the Erotic Enchantment, we have Star-Crossed, I will find you. So you're connecting to a person in a 5D way that you haven't yet met in the 3D for some of you. And for some of you, you may have met in the 3D and now you're back in separation. Or maybe you're just sensing somebody out there that's has a higher level connection than anything that you've experienced thus far. And this person is telling you that they are looking for you. They're going to find you. Even if they've already found you and now you're in separation again, they won't let this separation stand. They won't let it get in the way. And so you have a very strong, I feel like, psychic connection with somebody. Somebody you might dream of, somebody that you might feel around you. Today, randomly, I watched a message and one of the cards that came out was act as if your person is already with you. And that's a good way of growing this connection and not letting the forces of the 3D pull you apart, not letting the doubts creep in, not letting logic or naysayers or anything else override your true intuitive understanding, because what you're feeling and what you're downloading is the truth, and it is happening to you and it is coming through. And I feel also kind of a serendipity is coming through, a fortunate circumstance in your fortunate turn of events in your situation. All right, and then we have the Flowers of the Night Oracle. Let's see what you have. You have focus. So focus is about, it's like keeping your eye on the prize. It was so weird because I let myself believe that by surrendering, I was supposed to not think about this person at all and ignore and avoid anything having to do with this person. And then I realized that didn't feel good at all. And I feel focus actually is the opposite. It's not being a stalker, and it's not being pushy, and it's not being wishful thinking, and it's none of those things. Focus is a really relaxed state. It is surrender, but the way you surrender might be different, and your surrender shouldn't feel painful necessarily. It should just feel good. And if you feel any kind of, this message came into my mind that if you feel a longing, say, and this, I've had this happen to me, where the longing is what hurts. I think about this person and I miss them and I long for them. But then today I heard there doesn't need to be a longing because nothing is missing. So to replace the longing feeling, just see them, act as if they're in your life. See them as there with you. You're holding each other's hands. You're right there. You're face to face, and it's getting clearer and stronger. And focus is almost like having, like a person who doesn't have glasses on, and then they put on their glasses and the image starts to clear up and get into focus, right? Okay, so focus is required at this moment. Watch what you're doing, because you and your actions are being watched closely. This can be a double-edged sword, and tuberose does indicate that care should be taken. Be generous in all your dealings. Don't hold back in sharing what you have, as withholding can be easily misinterpreted, and you risk missing out on an opportunity because your message fails to reach the right places. So I got this message myself, and along with the message from Kino's reading about not hiding things. Do reach out when you feel the need to reach out. And even if even if your intuition is telling you keep the secret to yourself, yeah, you can do a little bit of both, I think. So it's being discerning who you talk about. So just don't talk about anybody willy-nilly about your connection, but do make without without manipulation, without your goal is not to manipulate the situation. Your goal is to simply follow your heart. So reach out with your heart and reach out with spirit, and let spirit be your guide and see where that leads you. And so keep focused on those, focus on your person, but not, and it's not about being obsessive. It's not about going to extremes. It's just about a soft focus, fine-tuning your focus. And so you'll find enjoyment by planning a special break or event more than you anticipated. Beware of temptations that hold a greater risk than you might be willing to live with should things not go your way. So your affirmation is, my focus is steady and strong, and it's all about focus, generosity, desire, pleasure, attention, temptation, and risk. So you may be confronted with some kind of risky situation, and that's up to you to determine if you're going to follow through with that. But I would say if it feels right, it's definitely something that you have to tap into your chakras to know for sure if this is the right move and direction. And maybe it's something that you're going to go through a kind of transformation over the weekend, Sunday moon cycle, and then come out Monday being more clear, like the clarity sharpens up. All right, let's get some messages now. We have determined. I will find a way to make this right. We will be together. I have a plan. See, somebody has something that they're focused on. They're sharpening their focus. Nostalgic, feeling like I've known you my whole life. Maybe we've met before in a past life. I have fond memories. This feeling that they know who you are, they have not been able to shake that. They sense you, they feel you, they know you as if you've lived together many lifetimes, or if you've known each other forever, almost like little kids that have grown up together. They feel joyful, feeling lighthearted when I'm with you. And connected. I love this feeling, how you finish my sentences and anticipate my thoughts. So a nice psychic connection here too. A telepathic communication. And let's see now. So last week I sent out a lot of beautiful messages, but I didn't do any sexy ones. And I said, I'm going to reserve the sexy ones for a special occasion. And today is it, Friday the 13th. So let's see what we got. We've got, I want to turn your fantasies into a reality. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And we have, the fire we make can light up the world. And I want you to come over and over again. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. All right, now let's get some unspoken messages. That last one might have been an unspoken message. Maybe not, though, maybe not. All right, let's see what we got. I'm projecting sexual and I can't tell, onto you. Can you feel me? I can. All right. I feel our energies merging together mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And the truth is, I'm unconditionally and irrevocably in love with you. Whoa, you guys. Okay, that's some intense stuff. Let's see what your charms have to say. All right, I think I'm going to zoom in a little. All right, first of all, I see the pixie dust. I think this is the pixie dust bag. So my channel is Pixie Dust Tarot, and it comes from the saying, all you need is faith, trust, and pixie dust, from Jim Barrie's Peter Pan. And it's all about faith, trust, Faith is like believing in something that even if you can't see it. Trust is letting go, surrendering to the universe and knowing that the universe is going to take care of it. Then the pixie dust is that additional magic, you know. Oh, Wendy and Peter were just trying to take off, and she was getting there. She was getting really close. She was thinking happy thoughts. She had her faith. She had her trust. She was about to leap off the floor. But there's one thing missing, and that was the pixie dust. And that's just that additional magic that this channel and other divine places and things that you run into and energy that you run into. I'm part of the guide that gets you to your pixie dust, you know, but you will find it. It's coming to you. So you have here this cute little hanger, which represents to me like pretty clothes, lingerie, panties and underwear, and or things that having to do with baby clothes, children's clothing. We have Saint Joseph, who is the patron saint of daddies. We have Archangel Gabriel. That represents an announcement. Something major is coming into your life. We have the Eiffel Tower, which can represent France and buildings of all kinds, meeting places, destinies, destinations. It could be, you know, something that you see at like an amusement park even maybe. But it also represents to me the transmitter tower, which is kind of what you become when you send a message out to the universe of what you desire, when you manifest your faith and your trust and your pixie dust. And when you're manifesting, you're sending this message out, and from your transmitter tower to the satellite that's in space, so to speak. And then they send back, the universe sends back your wishes, your dreams come true. Now, the how, the when, the why, the where, and all of that, all those details may not always be something that you will know, but there are signs that come through, right? Sometimes you'll find the signs in readings, and sometimes you'll find them within your own minds, like, you know, because you're intuitive and you see these signs, and you, maybe it's clairvoyance, maybe it's clairaudience, but whatever, these signs are coming through. We also have Saint Christopher, who is the patron saint of travelers. So there could be some traveling coming up. You have the key to each other's hearts, and you have a dream. You've been seeing each other in your dreams. You also have the intelligent Gemini, and you have Pentacles, which is a nice, stable, sturdy situation. I was very focused on this kitty with his pentacle too. I was just thinking something about this pentacle just lends this kind of more of an authentic feeling. Like it makes me feel hopeful. It represents commitments and something and solid, something tangible. It's not always just going to be in your mind, but it's actually going to materialize. It's actually going to materialize in your life. All right. So let's see what else we have. So we have the I got your back. Somebody was laughing and saying, oh, my person's a chiropractor, so this is perfect for me. So yeah, really, this could represent lots of things. Sometimes I see it as like a ride, like riding a motorcycle, you know. What it represents to me is parenting too, like fathers and mothers carrying children. It's also representing, like, if you need me, I'm here for you. I will carry you. You know, I will support you. You don't have to do this alone. We're in this together. And this kind of goes back to the theme to me that of nothing is missing. Act as if they're with you. You know, they're just with you. You're backing together on this journey together. You have this, I feel like definitely some traveling going on, because here we go. Not all who wander are lost. And this sense of trying to explain to other people, I'm traveling, but not because I'm lost, but because I know I have focus, I have a destination. The mask could be coming on or off. You know, there could be some things hidden, and then revealed later, but there is a sense of mystery happening here. And it could also be magical, like just plain costuming and, oh yeah, and mask making. And I think of Phantom of the Opera too, Music of the Night, and what masks are used for, you know. It's just sometimes it's there as a protective energy, but you don't, like, there could be this feeling like you don't actually need it anymore. You're gonna drop the mask, you're gonna be more open, be able to speak out. I'm feeling that, like, that duality with the High Priestess, this wanting to speak up and then wanting to feel safe at the same time, and keep things to yourself. But we do have caviar here, whatever. Somebody is going to get a special royal treatment. And the trumpet with Gabriel makes me feel like, you know, a definite major news is coming through. Gabriel appears to people when something important happens. And we have the horse, some freedom, running wild, abandoned. We have golf, enjoying leisure. We have the dime, which represents to me making your money stretch a long way, or making something stretch, you know, like an idea or a plan. Working with a little, but with that little amount, you're able to do something amazing with it. And then you have the number 8. Okay, you guys, well, I hope you like that, and I'm going to move on to the next, and you're welcome to join me in pile 3. You can watch as many of these piles as you want in any order that you want as well. I'll see you there. Okay, and here's pile number 3 with the Selenite Moon Phase Wand. I don't know if you can see that again. It's kind of it's a weird brightness when the sun sets in this window right here. It's a lot of backlights. Anyway, all right, let's see what cards you got. So everybody's getting this black cat theme for Friday 13th. And pile 1 and 3 are getting cards, oracle cards, from the Wisdom of the House of Night. But pile 2, spoiler alert, it got one card from the Halloween Oracle. Alright, so let's see what you get. You have the Magician. So I really feel like you could be connecting to pile 1 or 2, and now you're in a manifesting stage. I felt in pile 2, the High Priestess wanted to manifest something. She was getting some downloads, but she wanted to take that information and truly manifest. But here comes the pixie dust, you guys, that I was talking to you about in pile 2, if you watched it. If not, go back and watch that one. Anyway, the Magician has all the tools it needs. It has the faith, the trust, and the pixie dust to make anything happen, to make anything come into being that they desire. So that's really good. And very ingenious, inventive, intuitive. And you have the full moon back here as well. The power of the full moon igniting this genius energy, this knowing, this magic. Their magic with the K. The full moon in Scorpio on Sunday is going to bring you a certain magic with a K. And so use that energy. If he's got bottles and stuff, use that energy. Like you can make full moon water, which is something I've done. And that reminds me, I gotta wash my charms with my full moon water. You might also like to wash your crystals with full moon water. And that's just, moon water is just water that you put in a special container that you place outside under the full moon to charge it. And then you use that water. So the Magician has all kinds of different ways of doing things. And you might try just different rituals, different ways to set intentions, and different ways to cleanse your crystals and whatever. Yeah, different ways to design your own wand, things like that, just really get into that. But you have definitely a lot of magic here. So let's see what your Wisdom of the House of Night card is, and you have the moon. Okay, so I barely tapped on the moon and the Magician, but the moon for you is going to be extremely potent this cycle. And this kitty's got this cute little moon on its head. I have an interesting tattoo that I would like to, I think I'm going to go through with it. It's a beautiful little kitty cat, black cat tattoo. Within the black cat, like right around the body part, is a full moon. And yeah, I saw somebody else had that tattoo. It might be very difficult for just any artist to make, but I might try to get something like that. It's really pretty. All right, so let's find out more about the moon and what the message is here. It's number 50, and it's telling us about, it's the very last card in the deck. And this is a sign that you must trust your gut. Your instincts and intuition will lead the way through the darkness. So I feel like you are extremely attached to pile number 2. This could be definitely your continuation. When you choose the symbol of the moon as your guide, you know that it is necessary to look beyond the obvious to know the truth of things. Sometimes people will say one thing and you have a weird feeling that they mean something else altogether. You have this power. You're being asked to use it now. Choose another card for a deeper look at what's really going on beyond the scenes. Okay, I'm going to do that. You're the only ones that get this, unless you came from another pile. Let's get another card to see what's coming through for you. Understanding is coming through. Nice. So, understanding is all about not knowing anything. No, not having a clue. No. So, this is the symbol for deep and true comprehension. So, yeah, you have the High Priestess energy. I feel like this is very interesting to me, because the Magician and the High Priestess are very alike in a lot of ways, and I feel like this could be each other's counterpart. Like one of you is the High Priestess and one of you is the Magician, maybe, possibly here. But it's one thing to read something or to hear something, but it's another thing to truly understand something. You're being asked to keep an open mind and heart and allow yourself to absorb information as you receive it. Be open to the wisdom that can only come with time, patience, and perspective. Try to get outside yourself and imagine what it is like to walk in someone else's shoes. To understand is to have power. All right, your erotic enchantment message is this. Magnetism, like a moth to a flame. You're being very drawn to somebody very intensely. I could feel it in pile 2 as well. This magnetism, but with pile 2, there is this sense of having trouble visualizing it. And this is seeing it there, like you're in each other's arms. This is now, this is you, this is how you live, like a connected force, like the rocks have come together, the pieces have finally attracted and become one. All right, so let's see now what your Flowers of the Night's message is. Intimacy, evening star. So this could have to do with evening energies, being outside, maybe like during the full moon, connecting somehow because of the full moon and the stars, the evening stars that are around. Now, of course, stars and moons are a little bit different, but there's something about all the celestial energy that's bringing you and your person together. Right. Very nice. So this is all about sharing feelings and feeling safe and close in your relationship. And that's highlighted now. This is going to be your energy. You may find yourself drawn to someone with a deepening of emotions between you. This energy relates to romantic relationships as well as friendships, a passion, a cause, a hobby, or a path. And this came out already in pile 1 and 2. It's also indicated by the evening starflower, and you may find yourself more involved or even find something rather special in these areas. Validation is a very strong factor at present, both seeking it and receiving it. So make sure your confidence is in check and not completely invested in the opinions of others. That's a theme going through all 3 piles as well. This just not listening to other people and being influenced by other people's opinions. Because you know more, you know what you're doing, you know this. You're not a novice. You are the high priestess. You are the magician. You know this. So, mind your actions connected with intimate relationships. There is a risk of becoming too dependent, and your self-respect could come under a bit of battering while trying to please others. So use this affirmation. It is safe to draw closer. Good. And the key words are intimacy, validation, confidence, self-respect, dilemma, and dependence. So, of course, there is the shadow side that has to come out. So you can address that if you go to extremes. So in any situation, it's just important not to go to extremes, right? All right, so we have... Now, what are your person's feelings? With the Sentimental Silhouettes, we have they are in love. Cupid arrow has struck and I fall in love with you over and over. We have attraction. You're so beautiful to me. We have alienated. I know I'm a little weird, but you don't have to be afraid of me. I'm harmless. Wink. So this could be somebody who's interested in, I don't know, because it's Friday the 13th, maybe somebody's interested in the horror genre. Like, well, I'm not really, but when I saw this image, it's like, I have to use Mike Myers. But yeah, there is something about, it's kind of a mask, it's kind of an appearance, but not necessarily. Like, I was getting a little bit of that hiding feeling in pile 2, and this one is like being accepting of themselves and trying to get you to see that they're pretty cool, you know. Like, I think you're gonna understand now that this is the person that's meant for you. And empowered, feeling good, like I can take on anything, want to take me on. And as soon as you kind of let go of all that resistance, bam, it's like, whoop, okay, that final phase comes through and you can swoop together, you can connect. All right, let's see now what your lover's intimate notes are. You have meet me in the bedroom, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I want to make love to you all night long, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And you are so beautiful to me. Came out again, Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And like last week, I did so many messages, but I didn't pull out the sexy ones last week because I wanted to save them for a special occasion. So Friday the 13th gets the special sexy messages. And here's a few more. So we have the unspoken messages. We have the red string of fate binds us together. I want to see you focus on yourself. We don't have... that focus was on pile 2, but I feel like interesting focus. Focus on yourself instead of me. And I understand what you need without you having to say it. So it's funny, focus on yourself. Don't worry about this anybody that you're thinking about. But because by focusing on yourself, you're actually kind of focusing on them, and you're bringing in that attraction. That's like all this attraction. Oh yeah, attraction and attraction. Right? Well, magnetism. But yeah. All right, let's see what your charms have to say. Well, first of all, you are beautiful like a mermaid, inside and out. This is your soulmate. What are you thinking about? You have the laurel wreath, which is like the famous person, the beloved coming through. You're going to gift them with this wreath, like saying, it's almost like a devotion. It's like a welcome symbol and a symbol of devotion. You have love, ever, Italy, USA. You have name. I guess I'll get some letters out for you. You have happy and a wish coming true and a kiss coming through. And you have the rainbow with the lightning bolt. This is like the all-seeing eye. It's not scary. It's actually your third eye opening up and you receiving this amazing clarity. It could also represent LGBTQ community, so your love life is also beautiful and received and welcome. And you know, there is a special message for that community here as well, and a special place for that community. And also there is this connection for people who might have a past life connection with the bowler cap here. The very romantic water pipe represents how people are connected. Love is connected through water. And pipes connect this, you know, physically, literally, pipes connect water. But figuratively, water represents emotions and love. And so here isn't a symbol of water and love connecting people. And that, you know, binds you. You have the beautiful prayer hands, which is all about manifesting. So like bringing your dreams coming through, this being that magician. You have the transmitter tower too, a little one, but it's almost like you don't really need this too much. You've already done your job, but this represents who you are, that you have that power. You can transmit what you want into the universe, and the universe sends it right back down to you. You have your transformation coming through, and it looks like a hug or an embrace coming through. A lot of peace here, a lot of recognition and pride. I'm hearing pride, a lot of pride and peace and fertilities. Babies may be happening, because look at this. Speaking of babies, okay, I got my babies coming out, my first two born, and let's go ahead and zoom in on these babies. So yeah, there they are. Sergio and Sierra. And they weren't like, they're like 5 years apart, I think. So these were just pictures of them when they were about the same age at the same time. I have one of Sammy too, but I don't have a third fold. I need a third fold. Anybody knows where I can find one of those? Anyway, so yeah, an amazing soulmate, past life lover coming through, somebody that you might be able to, maybe you'll have kids together. There's some kind of fertility going on here. Maybe you'll just create something special together. All right, let's see if you have any special words. You have nut. Sometimes I feel like a nut. And you have gut. And that was one of the messages, follow your gut. Yay. Kind of represents yes. Let's make some words here. I think we have way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Let me think about this a little. Oh, we have none. I don't know if that's important to you at all. I have an aunt who's a nun. We have tug. Yeah, maybe you're feeling a pull towards each other. You have two. No, you don't have two. Tugga. Let's see if I can find anything else. I'm not real 100% sure how to pronounce this, but I think Nguyen is important here. What I mean to say, it's Nguyen, right? Vietnamese, I think, right? Nguyen, and so it's a very popular last name. I'm not sure exactly the last letters, if it's with an A and a U, an N, or none. None. Anyway, but I feel like that's supposed to be here. Almost have a king too, if we had an I. Yeah, so if you see any initials or anything that jumps out to you as far as words, what always happens to me is when I'm looking at this, you know, when I'm editing my video, I'm like, oh yeah, I see this, and I did see this, and I see this. Sometimes I don't get all the messages right away, but I'm just saying, you know, these messages are yours, and if you see it, that is your message to take and go with it, okay? All right, well, I hope you like that, and I'll see you next time. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.